All right, we're here with Dave Lang, Dave's Expert Auto, and today we are talking AC, Dave. And why is that that we're talking about AC right now?
We're talking AC because we're having a mega hot summer, 90s to 100 degrees, and no one wants to be steaming inside their car. Yep. So we're talking a little bit about AC and what the common problem is. People bring them in. Why? Because they don't blow out any cold air.
Right.
And probably the most common problem with that is leaking. You know, the AC system is actually leaking. They leak gas out, which of course now your system's not full, and you have to find out why or where the Freon went, fix the leak, and then charge it back up so your system blows out cold air again.
Right. No, that makes sense. So then someone comes into you and says, like my air conditioning's not working. Just give me a scenario where someone's come in and said, hey, I think I'm low on Freon, and kind of how much that can cost.
Sure. Someone's low on Freon. We got to hook it up to the machine, of course.
And the machine is right here. We got that
right
here.
We got to hook up to the machine. We got to check the pressures, and after we do that, we can kind of see where we're sitting as far as Freon. If we're low, if we are, sometimes we got to put some dye so we can actually check for the leak. It's the easiest way to do it. We put the dye into the system. It's a fluorescent dye, shows up with a black light, so you can actually see where the leak is coming from. Normally, that costs around $100. But it doesn't always mean that that's what you're going to be spending. For example, I had a car in here last week. Guy figured he was low on Freon, AC system didn't work. Here, all it had was a bad AC relay. AC relay runs the clutch for your AC system. Put in a relay, $50, he was done. He was out of here. I already had it as easy as a blown fuse.
Right.
Just the fuse blows for some reason, maybe it was hot or whatever, but the fuse was blown. Replace the fuse. AC system works again. Of course, it's not always that simple.
Right.
Sometimes we got to replace some hoses or some O-rings or even a compressor or evaporator or something to get the system running again. So there is a big range of how much it costs to get cold air blown through your car. Right.
But you're obviously looking for ways to kind of keep the costs as low as possible.
We want to keep the costs down. Yeah. I mean, we definitely want to get the customer out of here as cheap as we can and still have them, blowing out cold air.
Right. And I know actually we've just gotten ours done, and it's blowing out cold. So that's good stuff. It makes a big difference in this hot weather.
Let's just say this one, for example. It was blowing out cold air, but when it was hot, it wasn't blowing out cold enough. And they were complaining, well, here, the front of your radiator is called a condenser. There was a ton of bugs inside in the front of the radiator. I cleaned off all those bugs and all the dust and everything out of there. The vent temperatures dropped 8 degrees.
Wow, okay.
So we went from about 49 degrees at the vent temperature to 41.
Okay.
There, now we got a good AC system again, and that's all it took was just to clean all the debris off the front of the radiator. It was that simple.
Instead of having to replace the whole system.
Yeah. So it doesn't always mean, because you don't have cold air, that it's low on Freon. Yeah, a lot of times yes, but not all the time. So.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks so much, Dave Lang. Dave Lang of Dave's Expert Auto, and hoping that whoever is watching this stays cool this summer.
There you are.
Thanks so much, Dave.
Thanks.